view of Brian Burns doesn't diminish at all. I mean, we understand there's a business side to this to this thing we do, and I still respect and admire the way he's handled himself, and so I have nothing but the highest regard for Brian Burns.
Frank Reich, new Panthers coach, on Brian Burns, edge rusher who is present but not practicing. And this is a new twist to the whole hold-in. The old school hold-in was pretend to have an injury to make your point about your contract. The new school hold-in is everybody's on the same page. Everybody agrees. T.J. Watt was kind of the first big guy to do this, where he showed up, didn't practice, got his contract, everything's fine. But it reaches a point, Chris, where it's time to go play.
Yeah.
Last year with the Bears and Roquan Smith, hey, you made your point. We haven't gotten a deal done. It's time to go play. This year with Christian Wilkins in Miami, made your point, held in. We didn't work it out. It's time to go play. Brian Burns still not practicing. By all appearances, not getting ready to play. I doubt that he'll play on Sunday in the season opener. This is a new level to the hold-in where the team goes along with the player continuing to not practice and play. The question I have, when does this end? Because at some point, the team says, time to play. And if the player says no, then you have potential fines, suspensions for conduct detrimental to the team, if it ever comes to that, if they decide to take a hard line. So far, they haven't, and I'm surprised that they haven't kind of mutually reached an understanding. It's time to go play.
Well, I think it goes back to like something we've hit on 2 or 3 different times already in this show. And I don't think we even meant for it to go this way again, but I think it's just showing you, one, players are not afraid to, be Johnny Businessman right now and do what they got to do to get what they deserve. And they're not afraid to be a little unpopular with the fan base or whatever else to get what they deserve. So, and I'm not going to fault them for that. Yes, it's time for him to be paid. He doesn't want to go out there and risk, injury or something like that, right? I mean, there's been horror stories. I'm one of those guys. I'm going to go play for the team on the tender. Here I go. Oh, crap, I got hurt. Life's never the same. I'll never see the money I was going to get. That happens a lot, right? And I think, fans forget that sometimes. So that's why I certainly support Brian Burns here. He's one of the best defense ends in football. And the stats don't really tell the whole story there because it's not just all about sacks. He has a lot of that F the play up stuff and disruption. And in the backfield, his worth is way more than just the sacks on the stat sheet, which he's also, of course, incredibly good at as well. So, yeah. They got to bridge that gap in a big-time way. He's severely underpaid, and hopefully they can figure that out sometime soon.
I've been getting some feedback this morning during the show that requires me to make this point. We've said it before.
Yeah.
But I think folks need to understand this because one of the frontline defenses by the folks who just want the players to show up, shut up, and play is they need to honor their contract. You could say that about Chris Jones. You could say it about Nick Bosa. You could say it about Brian Burns. You have a contract. You're showing up and you're not working. The rest of us don't show up at our jobs and just sit there and not do anything because we don't think we're making enough money, especially not if we have a contract. If we don't have a contract, they're going to fire us. If we do have a contract, they're going to say you're not honoring the terms of your contract. Here's the difference, and this is an important point. There are 2 contracts. Contract between the player and the team, contract between the NFL and the NFL Players Association. This is a different environment altogether. The contract between the league and the union gives the players rights to withhold services if they're willing to pay the fines and otherwise risk whatever punishment could be imposed upon them. So this isn't just a straight contract where if you fail to honor it, we're going to take you to court. Your individual player contract is part of a broader environment where the players have rights. And the players like Chris Jones and Nick Bosa have the right to not show up. Player like Brian Burns has the right to go and say, I don't want to practice. And if the team isn't going to give them a hard time about it, they work it out. They can work it out among themselves. So this isn't the classic sense where someone is violating a contract. There are 2 contracts. And the bigger contract, the more important contract, Chris, as you know, but everyone else I think needs to understand this. It's not the individual contract, it's the union contract.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Let alone Mike. I mean, come on. I mean, there was other people that were under contract with the team and the team cut them 10 days ago, last week. They had a contract. How dare the team do that? Bailey Zappi, damn, he got a contract with the Patriots. What? How dare they cut him? What the hell? I mean, really, it's stupid talk sometimes there. This is the NFL. It's the entertainment business. It's not the same as your business at home or whatever else. It's a different game. It is. It's a different game altogether, and at least in this category, as far as contracts are concerned and all that. And you explained it right, Mike. I know. We just got to keep trying to educate people this way.
This is a great, but you know what? I know we need to get to how they're going to finish in the NFC South. Newsflash, they all stink. I'm being funny, or at least trying to be. Anytime you try to be funny, you usually aren't. It just kind of happens. Either happens or it doesn't. Anyway, think about this. Anyone out there watching, listening, first of all, thank you very much for doing so. We appreciate you very much, and we hope you enjoy the show. Second of all, if you show up for work today, let's say you're not under contract. You show up for work today. The boss comes in and he says, you know what, Bill? And it's the first name that I thought of. You know what, Bill? We really like the cut of your jib. We like the work that you do here. We'd like to keep you here for 5 years. We'd like to give you a contract. That's right, a contract for 5 years of employment with this here company. That's how much we like what we see from you, and we believe in your potential. 5-year contract. I'm going to give it to you. I want you to take it home and read it and come back tomorrow and let me know if you're willing to sign it. You take it home and you read it, and when you read it, you realize they can tear it up anytime they want. Wait, I'm required to give 5 years of services to them. I can't get out, but they can tear it up anytime they want? Well, that doesn't seem fair. Now, which of you out there, show of hands, please, who, if your boss came to you today with a 5-year contract that you're bound to, but they can tear it up whenever they want, who of you would sign that contract? That's in every contract that an NFL player signs.
Yeah.
Because they got no choice.
Right.
When in Rome, that's how it works. And that's why you can't just play that you signed a contract card, because the contracts and the system are rigged against the players. That's what we, Chris and I, and hopefully others who think like us, always try to fight back against. It is not as fair and even-handed as it would be in another setting. So
Yeah,
that's what we need to think of when we think of player contracts. They're one-sided and they can be ripped up at any time by one party to the deal.
That's right.
Not the other party.
That's right. Well said, Mike. Well said.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.